This essay was written on January 16th, 2017, and is number 17 in a series of 20 essays called Diagnosed Mortal. Its original title then was The Milk and the Fire, Someone Special. I went to the pool this morning like I do most mornings, armed with 2 waterproof MP3 players. Such is my determination in listening to music while I'm in the water, that I have 2 to make sure I have music. Neither one of them worked this morning, not the one that always works, that I use for backup, or the one that only sometimes works. I sat on my little bench in the locker room and asked Death, "Why do you forsake me? I have only 3 more swims before my life ends." Nothing. I love the pool. I love dancing. I always loved to dance, and I was in exile from that enjoyment when I aged, until I discovered I could move like I wanted to in the water, free from the constraints of gravity. The Y tolerates my unusual practice of dancing in the lap lane to music, and I love them for it. We have an unspoken agreement that should the pool fill up and I share a lane, I behave myself and crawl up and down the lane like my fellow minnows. I don't make waves. All has been well for years in this. I do not take the tolerance on behalf of the YMCA lightly. Since I have moved to Bellingham, my odd ways of being in the world have not always been met with such benevolence. Part of the problem was that I did not recognize myself as being odd to others, as to qualify for the "God don't encourage her" attitude that I seem to cultivate here. This manifested in social situations as a combination of forcibly being ignored and the stink eye when I couldn't be. That's the omnipresent "God don't encourage her to," you fill in the blank, with read, vote, breastfeed, fuck, participate, strut, relax, etc., that most females are quite well acquainted with in this culture. By the time I did realize what was up, I had seen enough of myself in this critical assessment of my behaviors to recognize my part in not being able to inquire directly about it. I wanted to know, but I was not willing to ask. What a waste in so many ways resentments are. For all I know, owning that I overreact to seeing myself in others was a lesson that I needed to learn. How can I point a finger in umbrage over something I have done myself for years? It was too late to start over, and who would want to? I mean, really. Besides, I was called to other arenas of interest. To paraphrase Leonard Cohen in the song Democracy, I love the country, but I can't stand the scene. Those in the scene who didn't care that I was odd, saw value in me, or found my actions confusing but harmless, are a treasure to me, and I hope they know who they are. I think they do. Surprisingly, I lasted 45 minutes in the pool without music and dancing to my own inner joy of being alive. My body, when I eased into the water, just went on about the glorious movements that give me so much pleasure by memory. Equally surprising, I have lasted 13 years in this town without belonging, and I've gone about my business being myself in spite of everything, by remembering my name and with the help of a few who trust my intention. There is solace for me in both of these things. Thank you for listening. This audio file can be found with a corresponding blog post called So Fucking Special at allthedifferentways.com.